Woo. Hot potato. What's up, Nora? Hope you're having a good day. Happy Friday. I'm doing all right. Got a lot of rain. Got like 3 inches of rain and got more coming. But filled all the ponds up. We got so much rain. I was down like 3 foot of water. So I'll take it. Got all 3 feet filled up to the brim. Now we got too much water. We've been in a drought I think we've been in a drought since October. This 3 inches of rain it's got to put a good dent in getting us out of a drought. Yeah, it's been a lot. So now everything's muddy, but ducks don't seem to mind it. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi. Hi, guys. Yeah, not much you can do. Everything's soaking wet. Go grab a drink. Go eat some snicky snacks before dinner. I know you guys have had a long day walking all over the farm. Hey, Sawyer, how you doing? Yeah, everyone's had a long day walking all over the farm. Just try to sit here every night. Everybody kind of calls them all in for bed. You'll see the turkeys and chickens will be the first ones. If you got here almost 20 minutes ago, everybody was out. It's pretty cool when I first get out all the feed and everybody's waiting for all the treats. Now we just got some of the stragglers, but the ducks and the geese will stay out long for those of you that are new. Sawyer, Kamal, got a bunch of people in here tonight. Hope you all are enjoying it. Welcome to the farm. It's feeding time. Sit here and relax. Hi guys. You guys just hanging out here? Yep, Boomer is right there. There's our guardian guy. He's around. He's patrolling. Chickens are starting to already go to bed. You can see them up there. Down to the fans of mud. Hi, Lucky. Hello, hello. Good evening. Hello, how are you? Tehran. Hello. Good evening to everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Uh-oh. Ooh, that duck's getting some courage now, huh? That duck is chasing off the goose. Well, he won't do that to the lead. This right here, this is our lead goose. That's Desi. Our lead goose, Desi, he messes with Boomer all the time. It's like, bud, back up. Back up, this is my space. Oh, and here come the turkeys. But we all know at the end of the day, Boomer would win. Boomer would easily win. Oh no! Turkeys. Hello. There we go. Oh, did it again. Sorry, guys. I'm fumbling right now. Turkeys, go down there. Yeah, literally duck, duck, goose, absolutely. Hello, welcome everyone. Hope you're having a good day. Sit back and relax, talk a little chicken talk. Welcome to the farm. Hello. Thank you, Nora. Hi, guys. Oh, geez. Minks they'll destroy a pond. Your pond will leak. I got a neighbor my neighbor has a pretty big pond that goes from 0 to 16 plus feet deep, and he had them all digging around. And, whew, started to drain his pond pretty quick. Hopefully you get them. Plus they're pretty crafty and fitting in tiny spots. They'll get the chickens and the small animals. We know that. Hopefully you get them, Sawyer. Where are you guys going? There's just so much water. We can get so dirty. I can go get a new one shot. Go back to the the geese will generally eat whatever they want, honestly. I do have specialized feed for the ducks and the chickens. I have the duck food up here. The duck food is right here, but all the animals eat it. It really boils down to some of the micro and some of the different nutrients, but the feeds are essentially the same. And I also have grit for them. For all the animals, I have grit if they need it. And I also have oyster shell in case any of the animals need extra calcium. But right now they're gobbling a lot of those micro minerals up when they drink out of these puddles of water and the dirt and everything. 2 of my chickens are in my garage because one has bumblefoot. Yeah, I got a real sick duck that unfortunately we thought we cured bumblefoot. Like bumblefoot, it happens. Anybody who's got birds knows it's going to happen sooner or later. You can do just about anything you want, but it happens. And we had a duck with bumblefoot, thought we cured it, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And eventually, none of the vets in our area would see waterfowl, so I drove 3.5 hours from where we live to the University of Illinois in Champaign and met with people from their zoology team to check out my duck. And they looked at it and they're like, your duck has a bone infection and we can give it antibiotics. So they gave me some super high powerful antibiotics. They gave me a bunch of painkiller to help her. And I was draining a lot. The staph infection in her foot is so bad, it deteriorated and ate away at her bone. So, you know, the ducks were born a year ago, so I'm happy she at least made it to a year, but I don't know how much longer we have with the ducks. So it's very interesting with how bad the staph infection and the way it traveled. And, you know, I posted about it on my other social medias that allowed me to put more text and pictures. Like I showed a picture of the duck's x-ray, and so we went to a lot of great lengths. And one of the things we actually ended up finding a doctor down here in Southern Illinois that was willing to see the duck, and he took an x-ray, and I posted the x-ray on my Instagram. On my Instagram, just so some people can kind of get an idea how badly the foot is and all the different things we've been doing. Like for the last, since probably December. Every day I pull the duck, I give it medicine in the morning, I pull the duck at night. So like we do a lot of work, a lot of hands-on stuff. But as of right now, the duck that we have with Bumblefoot, it's terminally ill. It's so beyond anything, and it really stinks. Bumblefoot is an infection of the pad of the bottom of the animal's foot, and even humans have staph on them. You know, it's really when they walk, they get like a splinter or something, and an infection sets in because they're obviously walking all over the property, swimming in ponds, and just doing natural things. And eventually this infection, typically their bodies can fight it off, but sometimes they can't. And I noticed the duck was limping probably in October or November, addressed it, cleaned out the Bumblefoot, thought we had it, but there was unfortunately some underlying conditions that I wasn't aware of, and that happens. And we do everything we can do. And one of the options that the vet gave me was, we can amputate the toe and everything off, but because the infection has set into her bone, it would only be temporary. It would cause more pain than positives. Like, these are the decisions you have to make. And I know a couple people online were like, just give her more antibiotics. And I'm like, if you do more research into giving birds antibiotics, sometimes they're very resistant to it. And unfortunately, this was so beyond that aspect of that. We're kind of, the duck, I guess you would say, it's on ducky hospice. We just do everything we can to give her a good life. I drive her out here. I carry her around to decrease the stress on her foot. She's still swimming with the flock. She still gets excited to see the flock. She's still waggling her tail. And that's to me a sign of an animal that's still thriving. And, you know, when the time comes, you know, you'll see the signs of, you know, it's time to say goodbye, and that'll be really sad. But for the time being, she's still laying eggs. She's still drinking water. She's still eating. She was up here earlier eating snacks. So that's really what it is. Funky Fresh Salvatore. I don't really name the ducks. No, I don't. You're more than welcome to name them. But the duck that I've spent a lot of time with, we fittingly named her Bumbles because it all started with Bumblefoot. So a couple of my roosters have names. My 2 geese do have names. Hi, Bizbay lady. Hello. So yeah, so Nora, that's what it really comes down to. And I hope the Bumblefoot for you is successful. I've had many outcomes with the chickens of successful Bumblefoot removal, especially when you catch it early. If you're out with your flock, you know, like I'm sitting here, I watch them, I know who's got what, and then sometimes you just notice things like a slight limp, and it's like, oh, better check it out. So, you know, I was as proactive as I can get. That's just the way the duck was made. She wasn't able to fight off the infection. We're just doing everything we can till it's time to say goodbye. Hey, Esther Contreras, how we doing? Snoopy Snoop, how you doing? Thank you. Yeah, we've had as many as 5 roosters. Silky, yeah, the water's definitely dirty. The ducks have been playing in the water. That's a brand new couple gallons for them. Yeah, Biz lady, we've had as many as 6 roosters. We're down to 2 now. Well, I think we got 3, but I have a rooster that doesn't crow, so that's interesting. What kind of roosters do you have, Biz lady? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, Nora, and the other people who are going through stuff like this, like, sometimes I just don't have time to film all the things I'm literally doing behind the scenes, whether I'm tending to animals, picking them up, and it's like, I just don't have time. And anybody who's got animals knows that there is so much more that goes into this that meets the eye. Oh, absolutely, Funky Fresh Salvatore. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is definitely a bummer to see something so young get something like that. But yeah, we're doing everything we can to give it the highest quality of life. That's what it comes. Well, unfortunately, anybody that has animals like this knows it happens, and you do what you can. I never criticize people for what their animal husbandry is like. Everybody has different financial opportunities or restrictions. So as long as, you know, I did what I could afford. I did the best I could to take to help this duck out. I think I actually did more than I think most people would do, because they'd say, "Oh, it's just a couple dollar duck. What does it matter?" Well, you know, to me, it's a big deal. You know, I like showing them off. They're fun. I want a rooster that doesn't crow. Busy lady says, "I want a rooster that doesn't crow." I go, "Oh, Seabright, very cool." Yeah, that'll be awesome to get them out. It's starting to get warm. It was actually 78 degrees in our area today. I could not believe it. Yeah, I actually found out I had a rooster. I thought it was a hen and flew under the radar, literally. And I was sitting here and I watched it mount one of the hens and do all the proper stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a rooster that doesn't crow. I'll be darned. I actually don't have any roosters, only 13 hens. That's awesome. That's awesome, Sawyer. Yeah, I have taken in some roosters. One of the local schools that I'm a part of, they hatch their own chicken eggs, and they asked me several years ago if I was willing to take all the chicks that hatched, and I said, sure, whatever. And I was like, watch, I'm gonna get all roosters. And I ended up getting a couple, so not a big deal. But typically, Sawyer, when I definitely try to definitely get as many hens as possible. I try to keep a couple roosters. Again, we're in southern Illinois, and I've got a 15-acre farm in southern Illinois, and predominantly with animals and some fruit. We got about a half an acre of blackberries, and we used to have a bunch of peach trees and stuff like that. Let's see, you're going through the comments. Typically, hens will do fine without a rooster. One of the common things people typically ask me is, do you need a rooster to get eggs? I kind of giggle, and that's okay. No, you 100% don't need a rooster at all to get eggs. Roosters, if you can have them, I live in a pretty rural area, so no one's really complaining when I had 6 roosters and they were all crowing like crazy. And even my geese aren't too bad. Like, if you've been watching for a minute, they don't really have a lot to say sometimes. I've found the geese to be awesome at aerial predators. They seem to call out if there's like a hawk. Thanks, I appreciate it. Thank you. I've been pretty sad about the duck. I could use a hug. I appreciate it. The geese and the turkeys, since we got them, have done a real good job at helping deter and call out when aerial predators are coming. They just do such a good job of really scanning. So I've been really pleased with them. I was definitely shocked when I got 4 male turkeys, which are called toms. So, but typically the way I get my roosters is every once in a while, if I went to Tractor Supply or Rural King and I bought some extra ones, you know, typically I don't buy straight run. I buy all of the sexed chickens. I can't remember what it's called. I'm having a brain fart. Straight run is where it's mixed and not sexed. And, oh, what is it? No, I don't know. I know someone will know the word for me. But typically I do not purchase straight run at all because I don't need 50 roosters. But typically how I get my roosters are either from when schools hatch out chickens, or if one of the neighbors has a rooster and they don't necessarily want it because they know I'll film the roosters crowing for my content. So, you know, I do have my limits. I can't have 100 roosters, but I have taken in a couple from the neighbors. That's how I got the geese. I got 2 male geese. It all works out. I've actually been really blessed. What is that, Lord Alcatraz? I've been really blessed with my geese. They have been. I am really shocked at how good the geese have done with the ducks and the chickens. They have, they've been really gentle, and they've been really good at my flock mate. So for any of you that are here, my this is my sick duck, and my two geese do a really good job of standing with her and making sure that she's got someone by her, and they're just always with her. They do a phenomenal job of making sure she's still a part of the flock and protected. They'll definitely take turns between who stands watch over her. So it's really cute. If she sits down, they will kind of nudge her along just to double check on her. They'll sit with her. So it's been really special to watch how they've really interacted with all the animals. So it's been pretty cool. Like, look at that. You'll be like, get away from her, dog. All right, Sawyer, see ya. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. See you next time. Hope you got to enjoy seeing the animals. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's been really sweet. I've been really blessed. I've been really lucky with how the geese have done that, Biz Lady. Oh, no, Lord Alcatraz. I read a lot of things about how geese are just absolutely awful, but I don't know. Maybe I'm catching a break, in theory, because I don't have any female geese. It's just two males, and they finally found some other water animals. I don't know. They were always hanging out with the chickens and walking around, and I don't know. I think it's made the geese happier for sure. This is my lead goose right here. He is the boss of everyone, so it's pretty cool to watch him. Good luck. Do geese have different calls? Oh my gosh, yes, Funky Fresh Salvatore. That is a great thing you just said. Yes, so like the geese will have a short honk that's kind of like them just talking, just some talking honks. I've had some distress calls when there is, so our area is unique. For our area, not all parts of Illinois have these, but our area has bald eagles, and the bald eagles soar really high compared to the hawks. And because the geese and the turkeys just have amazing eyes, they will start squawking in a different tone of like predators are around. And as anyone will tell you, if you spend enough time with your animals, if you spend enough time with any of your animals, and you will notice some of these intricacies in the different calls the geese do have. Like there's an excitement honk where everyone's all pumped up when I'm first out here feeding them. I know everyone thinks geese are loud, but most of the time they're not. And so like the geese right now, and I'll shut up for a second. Oh, thank you, Bisley. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you as well. If right now, so they're kind of got these little honks. They're talking. Sorry for the pole. I'm on the front porch here they have. But they do these little honks to kind of like check in with everyone. So because I have the two male geese, they're always kind of talking to each other. They're always honking like, hey, where you at? Hey, where you at? And they're even doing a good job right now of watching over her. It's so cute. And then like that's the lead goose kind of rushing her off. Like, hey, my turn, I'll watch her. And then Boomer will come by. He's really good about watching for any kind of predators since it gets dark. Yeah, a donkey would be nice for sure. So yeah, the chickens do have insanely good vision. They all got great vision. Yeah, right. I definitely think they gossip. They're like, here comes that lazy guy with the food. He let us out too late. No, I think it's pretty good. I like to read about the different studies and the things about how the different animals can remember faces and the one big thing when I really started to expand my animals was having a pattern with them so that they would all get out of the pond. I wanted all of my animals to come in. So this past year, I've been really dedicated to coming out here a couple hours before sunset and getting them in a routine of, hey, when I hear that side-by-side fire up, or I see him walking out there, he's got treats. It's time to start our nighttime routine. So right now, the nighttime routine is all the chickens and turkeys. Hey, thanks everyone. Lullaby, how you doing? Yeah, I call them, Nora's been here for a minute, I call the ducks and the geese my party animals, because they're the last ones to go to bed. And what's weird is that if you've never had these animals, as I've been learning, thank you, they're all pretty cool. And what's been really, see these little honks, Funky Fresh Salvatore, it's their little like, hey, these little subtle honks. And they're all just kind of standing. But the chickens and the turkeys do a great job of putting themselves to bed. If you were here 52 minutes ago when I started the stream, you would have seen animals everywhere. You would have seen the chickens everywhere. You would have seen the turkeys out. But now that it's starting to get dark, the chickens and my turkeys do an excellent job of going back in. Some of them will roost in my main run, and some of them will go to bed in the chicken in the coop, in their chicken house. That I think that's probably the only thing that if someone was to get ducks or geese or waterfowl in general, I think the only thing that's difficult is that they don't put themselves to bed naturally like the turkeys and the chickens. So so I physically have to put everybody to bed at night. I will start like here in a little bit. Once I kind of get done with giving them all the peas that I have, we alternate between peas and corn, and then I've got scratch for them, and then I've got their food here. I try to make sure everyone eats, everyone's healthy. Currently I'm throwing them some peas so that they know I got it. They'll see my hand motion. So they'll kind of all come back around the corner. They're all sitting on the other side. Funky Fresh Salvatore, yes. All of my geese are males. Originally when I got them, my neighbor said it was a girl and a boy, and they just didn't realize how big the geese were gonna get. And they didn't really have the space for them. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, they were still young, and I know it takes bigger animals longer to mature and potentially lay eggs. So we've had them now 2 years, and after no eggs, I ended up venting both of the geese to see if one was a male and a female and if something was going on. Ended up they're both males. So we do have 2 male geese. I don't know what breed they are. I take a guess that they're the Chinese goose because they stand so tall and they have a neck like a swan. So I've made my best educated guess based upon going to all of the different breeders' websites, like the big time breeders. I know some of the more domesticated farm geese are more short and squatty, like the ducks, for lack of better terminology, I guess. So I have 2 male geese. They do fairly well together, I guess. I don't know. And it's mating season right now, so everyone's kind of all amped up. But eventually here in a little bit, I will move the camera to the duck house. I'll kind of shepherd them all in there, and then I will, if the geese are in there, I will get the geese out. The geese have their own separate place that they sleep. I do not want them in there in case they get too aggressive or something, so I want them in their own spot. The chickens and the turkeys sleep together, so that seems pretty natural. No issues there. Funky Fresh Salvatore, cool. There are a lot of... Yes, there are. Yes, great question. If you're getting into it, I was actually going to buy originally, before I acquired some of these animals that we rescued, essentially. I was going to buy some, I don't know how to say it. It's French Toulouse or Toulouse geese. They looked very appealing to me. I thought they looked pretty cool. I had 10 of them on deck, 2 boys and 8 females. And then the 2 bigger geese The two bigger geese came into my life, so I canceled my order and said, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. But yes, lots and lots. I won't say lots and lots, but there are enough different styles of domesticated farm geese for sure. For sure. Let's see, the husband and wife. Yeah, I definitely put my geese in their own pen. Yeah, I think it's got a lot to do that the turkeys and the chickens have a lot of similar habits. That they, when dusk hits, they go to roost. Um, they eat similar. They have a similar diet. A lot of foraging, and then, like I said, at night they kind of all just instinctively all go into the houses and they roost. Like right now, this is like, let's see if I can slide up here. This is actually about 12 foot tall, so they're all roosting in the rafters right now. Oh, that's so awesome, Robo. I have a goose, but I have a silky chicken. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, the turkeys do eat the same things as the geese. All of my animals, when I get up, you see the mouse, Boomer? I know you see that mouse. All of my birds, they're all let out in the morning, so they get all day from sunup to sundown. As you see, they walk all over my property, and they live as holistic in a natural lifestyle on our 15-acre property. So it's pretty good. And now that it's springtime in our area, they're going to start eating a lot of weeds and dandelions and just get a lot of healthy things for them. Itch says, yeah, sometimes they have territory arguments, but they're usually fine together since they're used. Yeah. My two male geese, do they have squabbles sometimes? They absolutely do. They've been, especially my turkeys, they've been having some more squabbles. They're still really young. They're about a year old, so they're still kind of like teenagers. What's been interesting is when my male geese start gobbling a lot, they'll call in the wild turkeys. So it's pretty interesting. Isn't it? Yeah. Depending on how you feel about what I don't know if you're talking about what they eat or living together. It all depends on what people feel. What they feel. Yeah, right. The dog was there. Non-goose alert. Yeah, that's Boomer. He's kind of our literal watchdog. He sits out with me, and he kind of walks around everywhere, making sure no one sneaks in. But as far as having all the animals commingle and live together, some people say that's a no-no, because they have different mites and stuff that can happen. But I do my best to spray things down or keep them clean or change their bedding. I just do my best to keep everything clean. So, but yes, it's very possible that some people do not like having all of them mixed together. It doesn't bother me. It's not like I got thousands of them. I think I'm down to like 40 or 50 chickens. I used to have almost 100. I've got the two geese. I think I'm down to 9 ducks right now, 4 turkeys. So, just a bunch of different things. Yep, this is Boomer. He sits out here and watches. Geese are absolutely awesome protectors. I agree with that 100%. My 2 geese have been awesome about watching over the ducks and the chickens. If there's an aerial predator or anything, they've done great at calling it out. I've really appreciated them. No, I appreciate the questions and the conversation. These are really good questions for people who are in it or people who are maybe thinking about it. Like, I've been doing this for almost 10 years, so I've learned a lot. I'm still learning. I don't know everything. A lot of the times, like anyone, when I learn something, it's based upon the situation. Like, for the longest time, none of my chickens had bumblefoot, and then we caught a string of it. So I upgraded some of my medical tools, and I bought a medical kit, and I have different things on hand, bandages. I've started using things that you would use on horses for bandage wrap or gauze. It's just, you learn so much. Well, I appreciate it, Lucky Shamrock. We do our best here. I do everything I can. My geese were raised around chickens and ducks, so they have a great temperament. Funky Fresh Salvatore, I'm talking to you. And when we took them in, it was kind of a natural transition for them to be around the other ones. So I think that helped. Now, when they were first here, they are super aggressive and they don't like people in their space as far as the chickens and stuff go. So they definitely nip. One of the times my chickens got caught in their space and they slapped her around pretty good. They dug, because their beaks are so tough for the chicken skin, at least. They pinched so hard they took out chunks of skin out of her back. So that made me learn something, that if a chicken gets caught in their house, I need to have some kind of a hiding spot so that the geese couldn't access them. So I learned. Never happened again, I'll tell you that for sure. I learned real quick. I personally do not have any peafowl. I think now, yeah, definitely a bad idea to get a goose on a bad side for sure. They'll definitely swat at you, and if you ever get caught by one of their wings, it will hurt. Have I had any peafowl? Correct me if I'm wrong. Peafowl are guineas and peacocks? Is that the peafowl family? I have never had a peacock, though I think they're gorgeous, and they're expensive as all get up. So I'd be hurt if one of them ever died financially, because all my animals free range. Second of all, if we're talking about guineas, my neighbor had guineas and he let them free range, and his guineas would end up at my place. And I am not a fan of guineas at all. You want to talk about a crazy, loud, nonstop, annoying animal? I had a problem with those. They were tough. Luckily, they don't come around anymore. But they were annoying. They were super aggressive towards my chickens because they didn't grow up with chickens. My chickens would always hide. They didn't eat a lot. So, oh, I bet you got dive bombed by a Canadian goose. Now those are the ultra warriors right there. Come here, Gay. Oh, the ducks are about ready to go to bed. They're wandering off on me. But I think those are all fantastic questions that everyone's asking. You don't. I see online a lot of people with very fancy coops and all kinds of setups. You don't need to have it be that fancy. It's mostly about you when things get that fancy. We've been running with this setup since we first moved in. It's simple, it's effective. The ducks and the chickens and the geese don't care if you have wallpaper or mirrors in there. As long as you feed them and give them a nice place and give them some treats, they're very happy. But you can always upgrade, or upgrade right from the jump. Yeah, there's when I meet new chicken keepers, I tell them all the time, you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to be expensive. Everyone jokes, man, it costs $3,000-$4,000 to get going on a chicken coop. You're right. If you go buy one of those pre-made shed ones, absolutely. And any chicken keeper or animal lover will tell you right away, you'll never get your money back. It's all about the therapeutic value. You know, I'll tell you right now, people in our community buy eggs for farm fresh eggs for 3 to 4 dozen. You'll never get your money back in the long run. So if you go into it thinking you're getting rich, forget about it. Especially with all in America, you know, I don't know where everyone's from, but in America we have all these, apparently we have yearly egg shortages. So that was another thing that didn't affect me. That was a bonus. Eggs went up in our area to $8 to $10. I was still getting eggs for all my animals. Didn't bother me any. Really? Build a box. What's a cheap way to build a small coop or a run? Go buy some 2x4s and some, depending on how big you want to make it, go buy some 2x4s, make it 4, I don't know, I make everything 6 feet because I'm not very tall, and I make everything 6 foot so that I can walk in and clean and not have to bend over. That's one of my pro tips. Don't build anything super small unless you want to bend over. And really, you're just trying to make a box. So you could either go buy siding if you wanted to, or I would just go buy metal tin, like metal tin roof. I'd build a box and make it all out of tin. Some would say, oh, in the summer they get hot. Okay. You know, I would really just build, I would get pressure treated wood for the floor just so it doesn't rot out. And then I'd just build a box with 2x4s and I would slant the roof. I'd put a simple door on it, and man, you'd spend probably more money on the metal, but once you bought the metal to keep the animals in, it's never going to rot. That's one of the problems I have when we bought this property, is that this door and all this stuff, it's all like wood, particle board, and it's lasted, don't get me wrong, but if it was metal, it would never rot. So we ended up upgrading last year. I just haven't moved them all in yet because wintertime came up, but like, it's tough to see, but Biz Lady, this right here, that right here, that's a box with plywood on it. That's what the ducks live in for the time being. I got a little pop door right here that I can step into and stand up in. They're happy, keep their area clean. And if you're just gonna put those 2 roosters in there, then that'll be perfect for you. Yeah, a lot of great questions. It's lovely. I tell people all the time. Yeah, I'm not getting any younger either. I'm not looking to bend down and crawl around to clean it out. I'd make it at least 6 foot, notch a little door out. I bet you could make a little box like that in an afternoon. You'd spend more time getting screws and supplies than you would probably making it. Plus, it'd be a nice little fun project for you. Or if you don't want anything crazy, go to one of these shed places, at least in our area, I feel are on every corner selling a shed, and go buy a tiny shed. Then you don't have to worry about building or doing anything. Just tell them to deliver it. You don't need anything crazy. You probably need like if it's for 2 chickens, get like a 4x4 or a 4x6. Get one of those portable buildings real quick. Sometimes you can catch crazy deals on those where it's like $1,000. And then if you don't, I tell people all the time, if you find yourself not liking chickens and stuff, at least you have an investment in another shed or some kind of storage thing. It just doesn't totally go to waste. Oh yeah, those turkeys will gobble all night, Funky Fresh Salvatore. They will gobble all night. Eventually people will calm down. So my coops are strategically placed away from the house just for like smell, and not that the smell is bad at all because I come out here and clean all this stuff. But like a lot of this stuff I have, this is a street light solar lamp. You know, it's a couple $100. Yeah, I hear you guys. Like I got a streetlight solar lamp here. Look how bright it is. You can see everything. It's motion censored. I've got I bought another little solar lamp. That's from Walmart. And then I've got another little above Boomer's head. You can see it. It just turned on. I got another little solar lamp here. And then I strung together on our new chicken coop. I've got some lights right here that are solar powered. So I'm trying to do a lot of little things that will help my coop in the end, but also, thank you, that also are cost effective. I don't have to do wiring. I don't have to do anything. Yeah. It's just correct. If you don't build it properly, 100%. You can kind of see in my coop, I went 4 foot up. That's hardy. My coop is wrapped in chicken wire, which chicken wire, as you all know, is only good for keeping chickens in. And then I have the hardware cloth right here. It's 4 feet up. And then what you can't see, because I have a tarp up right now, because we're coming out of winter, is that it goes 4 feet up. And then I also have the cloth right here. It's not really cloth, hardwire. It comes out about 2 foot so that there's no predators, that the predators that like to dig. So there's a lot of work. This is a 12 foot tall by 12 foot wide by 32 foot run. My roof, like Itch has said, that is the metal panel roofing up there, so that like raccoons and things can't really get in. Plus, if there's hail, it's a great point. You can make a cost-effective one if you build it with the right materials. Like I can shut this door right now, and hawks, etc., are not an issue, as it's definitely pointed out. And you have to also, Cuddles is right here, Nora. Cuddles is just hanging out. Cuddles is our special needs duck. But yes, it's just 100% right, Biz Lady. There's definitely some thought and planning that goes into it, but you can definitely make it cost effective if you want to. Oh, it's about time ready for bed. I use on the bottom, only on the bottom, and some people don't like this. Some people don't like that I use pressure treated wood. I use pressure treated wood. I use 3/4 inch pressure treated wood, especially in my duck house, because ducks are very wet. So I use 3/4 inch. See, look at him, just standing there. I'll have to go pick her up. That's the sick duck. It's all right. I'll come back and get you guys. Let's go to bed, everybody. So I use 3/4 inch plywood in my duck house that's pressure treated because they're wet. And I don't want my floors to rot out. I want to do this once. I don't want to have to redo it again. But there are a lot of people that say, oh no, pressure treated wood is toxic, la la la. Okay, well, I also have in here for my ducks. Let's go to bed, guys. I'll show you a glimpse. This is an old deer blind. I'm about to clean this, but on the bottom of it is pressure treated wood. I've got 3 inches, 3-4 inches of the pine shavings in there. I even put in a little fan in case it got hot, a solar panel fan. And I got my little fly tape in here, and it's also 8 foot tall because it used to be a deer blind. And then I got their little door. I'll walk around and show you. Like you're too busy, lady, you could easily put your 2 roosters in something like this. This is a 4x8 shed that I made. It's nothing crazy. I got a solar panel door on it that's programmed to go up and down. My ducks can easily fit in it. All right, I'm gonna start putting them to bed. Come on, Goose. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's take a walk. Come on. I'm gonna step away, everyone. I'm gonna try and get everyone all in bed right now. they'll put themselves to bed, right? Okay. No big deal. Yep, got a little door. Yeah, they're chirpy things. Yeah. These two are walking around. So I'll shut the door. I don't have a... Again, when you live in farm life, everything's about like, hey, what's practical? So I just got a little latch here. Nothing crazy. Put it up. And then here's everybody. Hey! Hey! Yep. Yep. Okay, you two. Let's go to bed. Well, we're going to turn this into the Indianapolis 500. So this is by far the worst thing about having geese is they don't want to go to bed. They hate going to bed. And we try to have nighttime routines. See, I got to be slow here. I'm going to go catch them around the other side. Surprise! Hello, hello, hello. And I can't run because everything's just mud. Let's see if they'll get them to go in their house. Here we go. So the ducks, like if we ever had to leave or do something, the ducks have a pen. I built this. So when I tell people, hey, you can build it. This is my little goose house I built for these two stud muffins. I built all this, like I said to you busy lady, I built this. I don't think you have to build something on such a grand scale, but I definitely thought a window was important. I do have a steel entry door on here, but this is an 8x8 box that these two guys live in. No, they hate it. Hey, I'll catch you later. Yeah. But on here, I also have, I don't know if it'll pop, but I do have, for anybody who's looking for it, I do have some linoleum flooring on here on top of my pressure treated wood. So just something to consider. Oh, everyone's talking now. They're getting irritated. Okay, good night. All right, adios, amigos. Have a good night. See you. Oh, let's close this. Whoop. Okay. So I like that. This is what I built. I built this last year for them. Thank you. Yeah, I built this. I think it's a little overdone. I don't know. It's the first time I built something like this, but I figured it'd be a good experience. So I learned a lot about it, but I knew I wanted to have a nice overhang in case I wanted to hang any of their feed. But I built this, you know, it's overbuilt. That's the thing. That was my problem. Everything's overbuilt, and all I was doing was putting two geese in here. And that's where you get caught up in spending money. Like everything's 16-inch. Everything's metal. Everything's covered so it doesn't rot. It's sitting on pressure-treated timbers, ground-graded ones. This is the coop. It's dilapidated. Hey, things happen, whatever. But we have upgraded the coop. Oh, let me lock them in here. Yeah, go to bed. So yeah, a lot of things are overbuilt. It's so muddy, so gross. Forgot a flashlight out here. Oh, let's see what else we got. I'll walk around. I don't feel like walking through all that mud. Yeah, these are steel cages. The ducks are in, not a big deal. But that's the new. We opted for a modular building. Yeah. So we opted for a portable shed, but like I was telling people, hi duck, hi honey, we'll go inside in a second. But we opted for a modular shed. This is when I tell people you can spend as much or the least amount of money as you want. I tried to find a middle ground since I'm really into the animals. We put a garage door on it, and then I took some solar string lights, got my rocking chairs, so that's what I was sitting in. So if it gives anybody some inspiration ideas, I've got windows, I've got a door, I've got chairs. You know, this is like my major upgrade that I was gonna do differently. Hey, you, my guy, go to bed. I don't think so, amigo. No strutting. Get your booty in bed. Come on, get back in there. Boomer, leave it. I know, come on. Boomer, move. Let's get him in there. Come on. Let's go to bed. Come on, let's go. Come on, come on, go. Go. They're just so gentle. Just a little nudge. They've destroyed in here, but I don't have time to fix it. The turkeys smack around my feeders, so some feed dropped. But I don't have to come in here and scrape. So that's part of my protocol. I used to have the babies in here so that everyone get acclimated. So I got some spring cleaning to do. But here's everybody up in the rafters, just hanging out. So things are possible. This is, some may say it's filthy, but man, it's been here for over a decade, so it's held up nicely. I try to do everything on, Boomer, go, come on. I try to do everything on chains. So I've got everything right down the middle, feed bucket, and I've got some other things. I got to get this out of here since we no longer have any babies. They've put a hurting on it. That was the little Coop. See, look at him. He's trying to jump up. I'll get him in a little bit when I get off of here. But yeah, you don't have to do much, folks. Don't have to do much. This is my upgrade. This is like a, hey, I'm serious about having animals, and I didn't want to pay for a barn. So, tiny raptors. And then for anybody who's still into the chickens, I got a solar panel door that lets them out. One of my strategies to reduce the pecking order, so this will be my spring clean project, is I have my chicken coop is arranged that everyone sits on the same plane. The roosters are the pecking order, but it has decreased for me. It has decreased my aggression by having everyone on the same level. So that is really, oh, I forgot to get, 2 eggs. Yep, they won't be doing that when I get I won't be doing that when I clean this out. But I've got so much hay and stuff in here. I've got a rollaway nesting box that they typically use, but all the hay, they've really appreciated that. But I definitely have my fly strips in here. And then I kind of just got everyone in here, a little bridge, a little ramp for them. And then I'll come in here, I'll clean this, I'll sanitize it. Every night and every morning, I wipe off any debris that's on there so they're not sitting in any way. So, and then we'll just clean it and do it all over again. Many years ago, I whitewashed this whole thing to seal everything up. It's just waiting, it's time. I've been doing this for a long time. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. I think the most money I spent was probably the solar door. I love the solar door. I can't talk enough good things about having an automatic chicken coop door so that if you forgot, you do have to maintain paying attention, but like, look at the solar light, just so bright. But yeah, you just have to maintain, with the upkeep, like anything, whether it was your house or apartment or wherever you live, keep that up. And, excuse me, sorry, I'm trying to get these eggs cleaned off real quick. Like anything, if you dedicated to it and you keep up with it, then it'll be all right. But this is our new barn. So like for me, I'm pretty invested in it. I got a new barn. Here's the little solar panel thing on the side. It gives me enough light at night. It looks nice. If you're just getting into it and you got the money, go for it. If you don't, not a big deal. So I really do appreciate everyone and their questions. Hold on, I gotta put these eggs away. Everyone has a different strategy when it comes to their coop. I recently just got done. I'm not going to walk in here because everything's muddy, but I recently just got done in here painting everything because my goal was to seal all of the wood. I painted everything white. I've got another nesting box in here for them. I spray painted the ceiling. I painted the walls. I painted the floors. I painted everything because it's all wood in here. And we all know, if you're into animals, that I was doing my best to make sure we didn't have as many critters or mites or spiders or bugs that could hide up in here in these crevices. Like this run, I don't know if I want to leave it natural wood or if I want to paint it. I don't know, because you can already see some of the different bugs. So we'll see. But I do appreciate everyone. I'm gonna go inside now. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a blessed night, and have a great day, because you deserve to have a great day and an even better tomorrow. Adios, everyone.